Hi, I'm Brandon. I love Lifetime Christmas movies.
Hi, I'm Patrick Serrano, and I'm a Lifetime movie expert.
I'm Dan, and I despise Lifetime Christmas movies, and this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Hello, everybody.
Did we catch you off guard there, Patrick?
Oh, I don't know. Did I lag?
Yo, it just looked like you were like, oh, yeah, it's my turn there.
Well, I am always surprised by myself.
Of course. Nice.
You know what I love about this time of year is I love LifetimeOnCourt.com because you're doing the Lord's work over there. You're covering all the hallmarks, all the Lifetime, and then also all the ups. Are you doing all the up TVs?
There's a sprinkling. Like if I feel like I want to do one, I've done a couple ups. I've done a couple BETs, pluses.
We can't even get our employment page and address right on our website.
Well, that's right.
Patrick's got reviews from all of those. Synopses
Give us the quick rundown on A Bluegrass Christmas.
Bluegrass Christmas. This girl, her grandpa's like a bluegrass player. She has to put on. There's a horse stables, and the one of the horses, Hot Chocolate, gets sold, and
the horse's name is Hot Chocolate.
Yeah, but it's a boy. It's not a girl, as you would have thought. Then they put on a concert, and she ends up singing a lot, and her grandpa comes on and saves the.
Can we do this instead?
Festival of Trees.
He said
go.
There is a horse stables.
Yeah.
The Festival of Trees. There's obviously a festival that has trees, and this lady it's a competition, like a tree decorating, not like a Christmas tree. There's a really sassy gay guy in it who outsasses me by 1,000%.
Wow.
And he's the gay assistant, and I just thought he was the best.
You should be offended by Brand's reaction, correct?
Oh, wow.
You said there's a sassy gay guy that outsasses me by
Patrick
1,000%. And Brand said, wow, like you're the sassiest gay guy he's ever seen by a country mile.
I didn't say that.
That's how you said it, though.
I'm pretty sure I might be the sassiest gay person that Brand knows, but there are more sassy out there.
As somebody who, I think that's more than fair. As somebody who grew up in a very sheltered, conservative Christian little bubble, I think Patrick is the sassiest gay person I know. Yes.
Right. It's like Alonzo and me. And it's like, Alonzo's more surly,
yes,
and I'm more sassy.
Yeah.
Surly. A surly Alonzo Duralde.
And I love you both so much. Man. I love you both so much. And then
nice recovery.
Anything else? Despite what I say about you out there, I love you so much.
There is a horse stables.
Right. There is a horse stables. Festival of Lights. Anything else aside from the Festival of the Lights in that movie that's worth?
Festival of Lights with Antonio, right?
No, that's Christmas Under the Lights.
No, I was just going back to Festival of Lights real quick, but before I moved on.
You said there was a Christmas tree decorating, not a Christmas tree, but a Christmas tree at some point.
Oh, you mean that the Great Up TV movie?
Yes.
That we were talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm done recapping that one.
Okay,
you have to read the rest on LifetimeOnCourt.com.
That's right.
That's good sell there.
That's right. How has the Lifetime crop been overall this year? Obviously, we're doing a few of them with you on the show, but we can't do them all. How's it been so far?
Dreadful. Awful.
Okay.
Terrible.
Is the Chiefs one the best one?
Yes. So
it's
far,
not the Chiefs one. They're not
football,
the Chiefs in
bad.
that one.
Sorry.
Thank you. I can see how you
the
got
Taylor
that.
Swift one is the best
Got
one.
it. Yeah. The Taylor Swift one, of course.
By a mile. They crushed it, and
Let's
everything else
go.
has been. Even Tia Mowry was like, "Jan, this is boring. So much talking, so much talking about things happening in these Lifetime movies. No action.
It sounds
So it's been bad, is what we're trying to say.
yeah, real bad.
Hasn't been great. I'm holding out for Carpenter Christmas, the horny one, and that's all. That's the glimmer of hope I have.
Yeah, is that what they're saying on the commercials to remind people?
It's the horny
Make sure
one.
you tune into Carpenter Christmas, the
Because
horny
Carpenter
one.
Christmas, Jesus was a carpenter. You could get the wrong idea in a hurry.
You get the
there.
wrong idea.
And it's the horny one.
True. I think that's what's nice. It's a little bit of Jesus, a little bit of
It's a new
the
game
devil.
we're playing called Horny or Holy.
Jesus. Nope.
Sorry. It's a new game we're playing. It's really fun. It's going to take off. We'll play it at Bramble Fest.
Horny or holy.
It'll be great.
Interesting.
Let's talk Make or
Yes.
Bake Christmas, a star-studded feature.
Vivica A. Fox in there.
Jack Hay.
Jack Hay.
And then
Man.
the rest of the gang
The rest of the gang.
is here.
Oh, that's mean to Meredith Thomas, my
Sorry,
favorite
Meredith.
Lifetime actress.
Oh, really? Meredith is your favorite?
She's up there, and Gina Hirosumi, who has the best hair in any Lifetime movie, always.
Gina Hirozumi. Best hair.
Best hair, hands down, always wins best hair every year.
Always wins
And what
every year.
What award show is this?
You don't get it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do a Lifetime Uncorked award show only about hair and makeup.
Interesting.
It's the Lifetime
We've
Uncorked
never-
Hair and Makeup
We've
Award.
never gotten an invite or anything. The Corkies.
Oh.
I don't know.
The Corkies, yep. Hair, makeup. We'll throw wardrobe in there too. Why not?
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be on the lookout for that next year for sure. Hopefully, we get an invite. All right, let's dive into this one, shall we? Make or Bake Christmas.
Okay, Make or Break Christmas. We already said Vivica A. Fox, Jack Harry. The actual leads are Jasmine Avalitas and Landon Moss.
It's about Vivica
So
A.
they're-
Fox and Jack Hay are both just supporting in this.
Yeah,
Holy
they're
moly.
very supporting. They're not the love
Sparsely
of the
used,
interest.
like showed up for a day or two.
Jack A more than Vivica, I would say, is in this. movie.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes. And it is directed by notable director David Dakota.
Duchovny is what we're looking for. I'm kidding. David Duchovny did not direct this. Oh, I
He
wish.
did.
He would be so pissed.
Sorry, David.
But
Duchovny.
what I want to say about this director is this director has been directing terrible like B movies forever and ever and ever. He likes them. He likes them.
Got it.
And they're of a genre, like Killer Bees type of movie. Like a Killer Bee movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. A
Of
more
course.
traditional Lifetime movie, not a Lifetime Christmas movie, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he does a lot. He does basically all the wrong movies. He directs those,
Oh,
and
So
yeah.
he has an in with Vivica.
With
is what
Vivica.
you're saying.
Vivica showed up as a favor, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is like their partnership, and like he'll always slot in a gay character as like the waiter or like the the random person. So I'm always like, oh, there's the role I would play. Yeah, he's just around in the biz. Okay.
Okay.
I
Good to
love
know.
it.
Good to know. Does he know about you? Have you ever talked to him?
I have not talked to him, but I think he's scared of me. Probably,
Okay, yeah, I can
when
get that.
when gays first meet, they get scared and they have to like give it a moment and then decide if they're friends or foes.
Wow.
Wow.
I
All
know.
that happens in a
Yeah.
matter of minutes?
Seconds. It's all in the eyes.
Wow.
It all happens in a matter of seconds. So you were talking about you and
Yeah.
Alonzo, Sassy and Surly. If you had met Alonzo and determined that you guys were foes,
What would we have done?
what were the next steps?
Or do you
there?
you don't think that, right?
No.
No, we're friends.
Okay.
We went to dinner together one time during the those things that you invited us to South Carolina for.
Which Bramble Fest or the marathon, Patrick?
One of them. I
Okay,
can't remember
great.
which.
Got it.
But yeah, if we had been foes, you would know. You would know. You'd hear it on air. You'd hear the
Oh.
tension.
Yeah, you'd hear the tension.
Yeah, I get
Great.
that. I get that.
Okay, go ahead.
Luckily, that doesn't happen. So let's jump in.
Has that ever made
That's
it?
all
I'm
about-
sorry. This is hard. In mere seconds, has this ever ruined a friendship group for you or like a dinner or anything? Where like within seconds?
All the time. All the time.
What?
I can't go anywhere. I can't go anywhere. I just get enemies all of a sudden. The bar back is like pissed at me for something, and I have no idea what I did.
Yeah. So it's
Wow.
usually you.
You're becoming the foe. You're not assigning the
Yes,
foe.
you're not assigning foe.
Yeah, usually I'm not the foe.
You're so
I
nice.
don't have-
I can't imagine.
I don't have mean feelings, but people think I have a mean streak.
I can't imagine.
Wow.
that. I don't believe that to be true. I refuse to
Yeah.
believe it.
Man, learning so
We're
much
learning
today.
a lot.
Yeah.
Not about this movie though,
know.
but we maybe should start.
You're right. The movie.
Let's talk about it. Dan, you didn't see this
Can
one.
I tell you the worst thing that Patrick has told us about the queer community? It's the fact that he said lesbians never break up in an episode of this. He's like, lesbians, they find each other and then they just stay together.
Wow.
And every
Yeah.
time I hear about a lesbian couple breaking up, I'm always like, that's not what Patrick told me.
Yeah. Don't worry. They'll get back together. They'll get back together.
They can break up, but it's never going to last.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't stay mad at
Hands
each
are
other.
tied. Hands are tied.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Very
Go
true.
ahead. I
Very
just want to
true.
tell you you're a liar, Patrick. Sorry. Go ahead.
Great. If anything, I'm a teller of tall tales.
Tell
Okay?
her tall tales. Fair.
All right. So we start off. We have Miss Vivica A. Fox.
Yeah.
She started doing like a Christmas commercial for her business. She's playing Leslie Bake. Leslie bakes cookies
Her
and
name's Leslie.
other
Her
markets.
last name is Bake?
Yeah.
Without the R?
Yeah.
Believe it or not the most on the nose name that you're going to hear in this movie.
Her name should be, there's
True.
plenty of bakers. Like last name. Her name is Leslie Bake?
Leslie Bake.
Leslie
Sounds like a
Bake.
name we made up here on Deck the Hallmark.
But who knows if it's her real name? Because it's also her whole like brand
Yeah.
identity,
Okay.
you know?
She's a Martha Stewart esque type of entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And
if like Martha Stewart's name was Martha Home Decor.
Martha
Home Goods.
Martha Home Decor. Yes.
Yeah. And they cut the commercial. They're like, cut, because she takes a bite of the cookie and she's smiling. She does not like the cookie she just bit. She's like, this is not one of my cookies. And then you see like a shot of like all the assistants being like, oh no, she's bad. I'm like, yes, it's gonna be like mean boss.
What's crazy about this
at Christmas time.
is she's like, why are my competitors' cookies in the commercial? And I got to be honest, she's not a very nice boss, but she's right about this. If you have a brand, that'd be like us. I don't know. We don't really have any competitors. But it's
Not
like
really?
we took down the Bubbly Sesh, and that's the one that matters. But
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, we
but
do
if
that.
like, once the Bubbly Sesh was when they were still around, it'd be like us like one day just accidentally uploading an episode of Bubbly Sesh on our feed. We'd be
What
like,
if we did this?
that'd be actually really funny, an old one. But
Oh,
write that
man.
down. It'll
Yeah,
be funny.
Somebody
April
write
Fool's.
that down.
But,
April Fool's joke.
But
Oh, that's good.
if it's her commercial for her stuff, it's got to be her stuff on
Yeah.
there, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I like the idea of finding old Bubbly Sesh eps and pulling clips and applying them to a new, acting like they did a new one together.
Oh,
Takes some work,
Ooh,
but
that's
I feel
good.
like the bit really would pay off. there.
Gotta scour. I'm sure Jax has all the transcripts somewhere.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
It'll be
Yeah.
easy. It'll be easy.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's mad and she's bad boss. She's like
She's
angry
bad
and
boss, of
that's
course.
what they're trying to establish. But she's right about
So
this.
we're so excited because we have Miss Vivica A. Fox being a bad boss. She's like, where is my assistant, Emma? Emma runs in, and Emma is our protagonist. For now, we'll see what happens. And
You say that for all the movies.
right, she's
There
like,
is a
we have
barn
to
of
take.
horses or a stables. There is a horse stables. I believe.
There's a
Sorry, go ahead.
There you go. She's like, we have to take this company down. Like, and Emma's like, oh, you want to like acquire the company or like do run a bakery? And she's like, no, I don't want to run a bakery. I just want all their cookies and recipes, and I'm gonna send you in undercover to go check it out.
Yeah, because it's
Mhm.
like she was so offended that somebody made the mistake of putting not her cookies on the table that I guess this is like, I'm going to get them. Because I guess if we're going to air this, and what if someone figures it out and is like, those aren't her cookies? Well, then she could be like, well, look at you now, fool. They are, because I bought them. I guess was the motivation behind it.
Yeah, and you know, if she steals every cookie recipe, then she'll be the only cookie person in town.
I got to be honest.
That's right.
I know we're real early here, like early. This sounds awful.
Well, just wait.
Okay. All right.
Right, that's the first scene. You know, we have so much more. We actually don't. We actually really don't. My notes are so minimal on this.
We got maybe 5 more minutes left.
Oh wow, okay. She's a bad boss. Cookies aren't hers.
Yes.
We got it.
So Emma does some research. She watches a YouTube video of some guy named Butterfingers who makes cookies with butter, which is revolutionary.
Wow, with real butter.
Because she doesn't
Real butter.
Next.
know how to actually bake. She's an assistant. She doesn't actually bake.
Her last
So-
name is Bake.
So
Not her.
no,
Emily's
Leslie.
no,
yeah,
Leslie
Emma,
Bake.
she's not related.
Emily
the
doesn't
Bake family.
bake is her name.
Yes, that's
Emily,
exactly
Emily
right.
D. Bake.
Never baked before.
Yep.
And so
Emily never
she,
baked.
if she's going to go undercover at a bakery, a mom and pop, she's gonna have to do some baking. She's gonna have to prove herself. So she's gonna learn through the Butterfinger guy.
Yes.
Nobody better lay a finger
Oh my
on my
Butterfinger.
Butterfinger.
Right. And I was expecting that Butterfinger thing to come back. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay.
She does
but it's
watch
Corin
tutorials,
Nimick.
though. Yeah. Yeah.
He's a Canadian actor, so he's
Shout out.
notable.
Can I pause really
cool.
quickly? Because this
Please
just
do.
the tutorial,
I'm
and then
about
we'll
asleep.
we'll take a break, and then we'll do something else. Have you ever seen the Santa Con?
The Santa
Meli-
Con is
the movie, a Lifetime movie. I think it's 2014. With Melissa Joan Hart and Steve Urkel.
Jaleel White?
Have you seen this movie?
probably, yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
So I
feel like you wouldn't forget it.
I
with Urkel.
lead the way that the poster led me to believe, which is going to be
You
these
lead the
two.
way.
I led the way. I led with
Okay.
Melissa Joan Hart and Jaleel
Okay.
White.
Yeah.
That was the way that I was led to believe this movie was going to be about. They are in this movie so little.
Yeah.
Instead, it's the big brother from Seventh Heaven. And I have to be honest, I turned this movie on late Saturday night with
Yeah.
the intention of, I'm going to give this 5 minutes just so I can see Melissa Joan Hart and Steve Urkel together, and I'm going to fall asleep. Watch the whole movie. And
You live such a cool life, man.
dadgummit if it didn't end up making me... I liked it more than I had any right to like this movie. It is a wild time, and I would recommend it.
Oh,
I would recommend giving it a watch. It's a fun time. That's all I'm trying
You
to
guys
say.
are
Okay.
locked in on this make and bake.
Hey,
movie.
let's take a quick
Yeah.
break. We've gotten a minute.
Ever After.
Let's
Ever
take a quick
After
break.
with Jaleel White and Melissa Joan Hart. is the
Oh,
name of the
really?
movie.
That's
Ever
another one.
After.
So they've been in
They've
it
been in
before.
two.
They've
Ever
been-
After.
Maybe this one they actually
the Santa Con and Ever After. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
How about that? Let's do this. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll actually talk about the movie. Should we do that? Here on Deck the Home.
we'll try.
We'll try. We're trying, folks. Butterfinger.
Bit of an
Welcome
update,
back.
Brand. Ever After is Jaleel White's podcast,
Oh, okay.
which he's
Oh.
had for years,
Really?
including an episode in 2021 with Melissa Joan Hart.
How about that?
Am
But
I gonna
that's
listen?
not a movie.
Am I gonna listen to some Jaleel White podcast? You bet I am.
I would like to watch it. I was so mad when I realized that it wasn't what I was promised with the poster
Sabrina
of the
and
movie.
Urkel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a crazy movie. Anyway, let's. So she is going to get a job at the competitor. She's going to go in. She's going to be a seasonal employee of
Yep.
this bakery, which is led by the what's the name of the last name of this family?
They are called the
Sugar-
Oh gosh, what? Sugar
Bakers?
Sugar Bakers.
Sugar Bakers. Sugar
It's the
Baker.
Sugar Bakers.
Are you serious?
I think so.
Leslie Bake
Yeah.
and the Sugar Baker family?
Some life.
Get
Yeah.
out of here.
Wow. Hands are tied.
So Emma pulls up to the cookie factory, and there's a guy like dancing in his car, and she's like, "This guy is crazy, but he's really dancing."
Yeah.
And his name's Dave. He's the son and heir of Cookie whatever business. I don't know what the business is called. And he's basically Jack Harry's son in the movie, right?
Right.
So Jack Harry, she comes down and she's interviewing Emma, and she's like, "You know what? I got a good feeling about you. You seem nice, and I don't really need to see you bake. I don't need to like this resume. Like, forget about it. References. Like, I'll call him later. You just seem so nice, and I'm gonna just hire you on the spot. Well, that's what she does.
And I'm sure it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
She's going to...
Seems like nothing could go wrong.
No big deal. And the whole point
Sugar
here
bakers.
is to kind of get like recon on how this company's doing.
Yeah.
Could we make them an offer? Could we buy them out? What would it look like for
Yeah.
me to just get
For
the
Bake to buy
sugar-
the sugar bakers.
That's exactly right.
Well, the interview does consist of one question I forgot. Very important. Are you a liar?
Oh, that's a good one to ask. We
You
didn't
know?
ask that to Aaron Shea in the interview process. We never once were
all
like,
know-
Aaron, are you a liar?
We all
Like
know
it's
the
just a
truth.
thing we
We
should.
all know the truth now. We've been
That's like-
here.
Because a
long
liar would 100% tell the truth there.
That's right.
Be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm a liar. Please give me this job.
That's right.
It's like if you meet a cop, you ask them they're a cop, they have to say they're a cop, right?
But they
Yes.
don't, right? Is that true? That's not true.
They have
It's not true, but it's a rumor that I've
and they say
that
it
I've
in
heard.
the movies. Now this bakery has been around for a while, the Sugar Baker Bakery, and they have these employees that have been around forever, and they're like a staple of this bakery. Sally, Maggie, Patty, and Sally, Maggie, Patty.
Sally, Maggie, Patty. Those are three individuals.
Three individuals.
Great.
And they all are so important to this movie.
I can tell.
So important to this movie, but you can't forget about Clark, the guy who works there. Clark,
Yes.
Saggy Maggie
Clark.
Patty.
And
Sally,
Clark.
Saggy. Sally Maggie
Listen,
Patty
man.
Clark.
Yes.
Clark is a taller John Krasinski lookalike.
Okay. He does look a little bit like John Krasinski.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Now-
Check it off.
Now,
we did it.
I would say, and Dave,
Are you something in your throat?
yeah, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Maybe if I say Dave,
I would
over-
say Dave. Oh, anyway,
some people clear their throats. I just try to talk through it by
I'll
saying
talk
the
right
same
through
thing
this.
over and over again.
Is that Gary? Is that anything for Christmas? Honk, honk.
Dave is the son of the sugar baker, and he's immediately suspicious of her. Like, what is your deal? And my problem with Dave is he's suspicious of her, but like he thinks that she's knows too much to be a temp, but doesn't really know what to do with that. And so he's just kind of like, what's your deal as a temp? I was very, I don't know. He couldn't figure out what he wanted to be suspicious of, but he's suspicious.
Yeah, of course. And, you know, he should be suspicious because she is acting strange. She doesn't know how to bake. She doesn't know how to do anything. She, like, burns the cookies. She puts salt in a recipe for one of them. But we'll get to that. It's actually a huge plot point.
It's a win for her when she does the salt.
Oh, my God.
But Dan, I want you to envision this because the movie it gets a little boring, so I'm gonna spice it up a little bit, and I want you to envision.
Get out of town. The movie gets a little boring. The Bakes and the
Well, we're
Sugar
gonna-
Bakers and Maggie Sally Magpie, whatever her name is.
And
How
Clark,
could it?
no,
Clark, shout
Okay.
out.
I'm gonna spice it up.
All right,
I'm gonna spice it up a little bit with imagination. So imagine this happens, okay? Emma, our protagonist,
Yes, or we
Fall-
think so, man.
falls in a vat of cookie dough, okay?
Oh, a
Chocolate
vat.
chip cookie dough, and she drowns like quicksand in the cookie dough, and she dies. And she has
a
to
way
be
to go.
replaced. She has to be replaced, and Miss Vivica A. Fox comes, and now she's pretending to be Emma, pretending to be an assistant. Got it?
I love that. Does that happen?
No,
Okay.
but I want you for the rest
Yeah.
of the movie to picture Miss
Vivica
A.
A.
Fox
Fox
as
portraying
Emma, pretending to be
knowing that Emma died
Got
in a
it.
vat of cookie dough. Which what a
Yep.
way to go! Hey, I
What a
saw.
way
I know we have time for this. I know we do. At Cherrydale, I was at the movies, and I was at a 10 a.m. Moana, so I wasn't going to get any of these. They had, the cookie dough bites they sell.
Yeah, they're trash.
Yeah, unless you put them in the fridge.
but
and
you have
then-
to
and-
do that ahead of time.
Yeah, or sometimes they have them. Sometimes they
Okay.
have them. They currently have chocolate peppermint or chocolate mint cookie dough balls just for the holidays.
That's interesting.
And they had them cold. And
Adam
I've been
Cole.
thinking about him ever since. And he said cookie dough, vat
Wow.
cookie dough.
Here
And that's
we
what I
are now.
went to. But I got to get back to the movies.
Here we are now. There's nothing we can do.
I don't know.
There's nothing we can do. What's happening?
Really? Chocolate mint chocolate cookie dough balls?
They're chocolate peppermint brownie batter.
Okay,
I
no.
think. Okay.
I like brownie batter, but cookie dough is where it's at.
All right. It's
All
just,
Cookie,
but that's
cookie
kind of-
dough. Cookie dough always. Cookie
Cookie
dough
dough's the
always.
best. Just by the spoonful. Absolutely.
Yep.
Give it to me.
Totally.
Say it
All
one more
right.
time.
So now that Miss Vivica A. Fox is playing Emma and made a part of the movie, she starts to have moral quandaries about stealing all the recipes, and she's like, I don't know, everyone out in this bakery is so nice, and there's a guy who stops by and he talks to Meredith Thomas, and he's like, hey, this land is like really valuable, and you should sell the bakery. And they're like, we would never sell the bakery. He's like, no, I don't want the bakery. I just want the land the bakery's on.
And I
they're
know
like,
he
but
sounds like a bad guy. He's actually a really good guy in this movie. Like he
Okay.
ends up like you're like, oh, this guy's gonna pull out the rug from underneath. He's a great guy,
Great
and
guy.
he just has the hots for Maggie, whatever, who
Jones.
Meredith Thomas.
Meredith Thomas.
Meredith Thomas.
just has the hots for Meredith Thomas. So
He does. Who wouldn't?
Yes.
She doesn't age.
one
She just
other
looks like-
thing this movie does, I don't know, like how little they tried with this movie is how hard they tried with karaoke. They wrote original Christmas songs to sing
Yep.
karaoke to, and they play all of it
in its entirety.
and they have them sing live.
Yeah.
And now I know why they don't typically do that
Yeah.
for movies, because
What a time to try it here at Make and Bake Christmas.
it was a tough
Yeah.
slog, and it happened twice. But the song wasn't bad.
Song's not bad, but it's completely unnecessary and a waste of talent.
It is, but it happens. They do go to karaoke, and this is when she already like is kind of like beginning to like the people that she's working with, but
course.
she's starting to like Dave in a whole different
Mm.
way than the rest of the Maggie,
Sally,
Raphael.
Pen- just-
And so they kind of start having a little bit of a thing going on. And at some point, I don't know if we're here yet, but she does go over for dinner to the Sugar Baker family.
You okay?
Do we want to talk
She
about
does. Because in my notes I skip a lot of things like this dinner and like everything. Hey guys, the Golden Globes just got announced. I think we should cover that instead.
This is
We
bad.
should. Yeah.
She goes over to
Is Cynthia Erivo supporting or lead?
Well, I don't know. I haven't pulled it up, but
Okay,
I'm going
great.
to. But we'll get back to it. So talk about the dinner, and I'll look
Yes.
up the Golden Globes.
So she goes over to the Sugar Baker family for dinner, and it's great. They're having a great time. She's like, I've never done Christmas before, and he's like, what? This is crazy. Introduces her to chestnuts, and that's a moment. And then
Oh,
they
to
find
chestnuts.
them. They
Wow.
find themselves under the mistletoe, and this scene is so funny to me because he's like, oh, mom's at it again. And she's like, well, then we better not disappoint mom. And they go to kiss. And Jack A walks in while this is happening, watches until right before they kiss, right, so close to lips locking, and goes, what's going on in here? And I loved it. It was a
Fantastic.
great moment. It was a great moment.
Jack Hay has one volume too,
Yeah.
so you know.
Jack A apparently put up mistletoe in her house just so
Yes.
that she could interrupt a kiss. And I love that.
That's great. And we did find out Cynthia Erivo is lead.
There you go.
Ariana Grande
Lead.
is
That's
supporting.
That's exactly what I
Which
anticipated.
I got to be honest,
Yeah.
based upon the amount of screen time in that movie, you could have fooled me. So there's my hot take.
It is-
movie's called Wicked. Come
But
on.
They are evenly spread,
Yeah.
in that movie.
How is
but
one
I think
supporting and one
she,
lead?
She has a better,
one's the Wicked.
better
and
chance of
Wicked.
winning.
Well, Cynthia Erivo's
Yeah.
way better in it, but the fact that one of them is supporting, one of them's lead is
One
crazy.
of them's Wicked.
But it not.
In
Not-
Wicked.
But it's okay.
Got it. Wicked's got to be leading Wicked. That'd be like me not being the lead in the podcast where it's Brandon and friends.
And friends, yeah.
I'm lead.
Brandon and friends.
I'm lead.
Brandon
You're
and
you.
How dare you?
I'll take the lead.
It's going to be
boy.
Dan Brandon
Okay.
and friends when we re-record it. It's a Siskel and Ebert situation.
While this
Absolutely.
is happening, she keeps having to call Vivica A. Fox, who's just kind of like, what's happening? What's happening? And she's like, if they don't want to sell, just take it, basically. Like, we'll take the recipes, we'll make them ourselves, we won't give them any credit, and we'll put them out of business. And she's like, if this makes you feel uncomfortable, how about I give you a promotion? And she's going to promote her to her, like, executive fun time or whatever it is. And
Executive fun time.
yeah.
Got it.
Right. She has to deceive them to get the promotion, but it's weird because Miss Vivica A. Fox is just talking to herself in a mirror the whole scene.
Yep, she
That's
sure is.
pretty wild.
I think she talks to herself in the mirror this entire movie.
Right, because she's playing Emma.
Playing Emma, of course. Yes.
Yes, but actually Emma does find the recipes. She finds like a little book.
It's in a book called Recipes. It just says
Easily
recipes.
found.
It just says recipes.
How'd she crack that case?
I don't know.
Yeah, she starts to have like second guessing, and she just like comes out with it. She just tells Dave, she's like, you know what? I've been lying to you, and yeah, I've been stealing recipes.
This is what I love this scene so much though, because to prove that she's a good person, she throws down a copy of the recipes that she printed out and said, see, I didn't give these to my boss.
Yeah.
Reminder, she took the picture
I did all the legwork.
with her phone.
It had full intention.
I
did.
got copies. I got them. They're still
But
there.
At this moment, I've yet to do anything.
I put them into a document and printed them out to show you that I am not going to give them to my boss. A wonderful moment.
Oh, wonderful! And he is, of course, is upset, and he's like, "What? We were going to be doing the business," and she has to go to Miss Vivica A. Fox and tell her like, "Okay, I'm not going to do this thing anymore," and Miss Vivica A. Fox is like, "You are fired. You're fired."
And go ahead.
She says, "Well, no, I quit, and I quit when I walked in the door." And then like it like pings on a text or something.
Yeah, she gets an email. Vivica A. Fox says, and she opens it up, and it's just like her resignation email. So I guess I don't know if she put like a delay on the email to work right at that moment.
Just gonna hit perfect.
But it was great.
Yeah.
Right before I walked into this door,
3,
I
2,
resigned.
1, boom. I love
Right.
it.
There's a lag, the Wi-Fi's slow.
It's wonky.
So it hits perfect. And Miss Vivica A. Fox is kind of like, "Good on you. You got me there." Which I thought was pretty funny. Emma goes to Jack A. Harry, and Jack A. Harry's like, I'm sad to hear that you are a liar when I asked you about not being a liar. And it sucks because I made these cookies and I named them after you. They're the Emma cookies. They're salted caramel cookies.
Right.
Because she made a mistake. She put salt instead of sugar in a cookie.
Yeah. Turns out that worked out for her.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she put way too much salt into cookies, and so our guy, who I don't remember his name, Dave, added caramel to the cookies after the
caramel.
fact.
Because
it worked out.
Salted caramel cookies are good because you put salt in instead of sugar, not because you drizzle rock salt on top of it.
Right. That's exactly right.
Like coarse kosher salt on top.
These cookies were so good that they were going to put them in their store as Emma's cookies, Emma's salted caramel cookies, even after it came out that she's a liar.
And
That's the type of character of the Sugar Baker family.
Yeah,
Gonna give credit when credit is due.
And of all the things in this movie that sound like they suck, the fact that they're passing off the fact that she replaced sugar with salt, and the people love the cookie is the thing that's angering me the most.
Yeah, there's a lot.
They love it.
There's a lot to it.
How? It doesn't.
I don't
Okay,
know.
that's a lot of salt, man.
We get Jack Kay invites her to the Christmas party that the company is throwing, and she's like, I don't know if I should come. But she does anyway, and she makes up with Dave, and
They do.
they kiss, and then they sing karaoke again. Same song.
Anything can happen at Christmas.
Anything can happen at
Mhm.
Christmas.
Yeah.
That's
Sure
what. That's
can.
the title of the song, and it goes like this: Anything can happen at Christmas.
The fact that you guys were neither of you sounded like you were on a delay was wild.
Yeah,
I
we
don't know
worked
how you
together on
pulled it
that one.
off.
We're pretty good.
Yeah.
Here's another part of it.
Wow.
Ready? You take the lead, and I'll follow.
Okay. This is Christmas, and it's happening.
So we're pretty
Great.
good.
Pretty great.
We're
guys.
writing an album that's going to come out next year. We need a whole year. It's going to be really
Wait.
good. Fast forward some time. I don't know if it's a year or whatever. And she is still working at the bakery, at the sugar baker. She gets brought on to the sugar baker family because they need somebody like her with her business knowledge to really take them to the next step.
That's right.
That's
and
it.
who's a customer who shows up?
Oh, that's right. Miss Vivica Fox.
And she puts on her sunglasses and she says, "Merry Christmas, darlings." And then that's the end of the movie.
And she
Wow.
says, "Looks like I walked into the wrong bakery," or something like that.
I wish.
That would have been
I
great.
wish.
What do we do now, Patrick?
What do we do now? Well, of course, it's time for Pour It Up or Put a Cork in It. So we'll start with Dan, since you were using your imagination. Don't
I'm
forget.
trying my best.
So she's in the cookie batter.
She's dead in the
she's
cookie
dead.
batter. I will pour
And
up
Miss, yeah.
that movie. I will put a cork in the one that we got, which sounds like it was made over the course of 36 hours for a $6 budget and could have easily been an email. This movie sounds terrible. Please tell me that you fooled me like you did with the Taylor Swift movie, and
Let's
it's actually
freaking
really
go.
good. But it sounds awful. Put a cork right on it.
I need to pull that clip of her saying "Let's freaking go." It needs to be the new "I'm Lonely"
I'm lonely.
because I think I would like to play that every so often.
Yeah, it's great.
Let's freaking go.
Okay, Brad, what are you thinking?
So this movie's real bad, and
Okay,
and it
all right.
is a movie that I am 100% sure that it was written by AI. I don't think that there is a reasonable explanation for anything else. There is a conversation that happens in this movie that literally word for word takes place twice. And it is insane. It is bad. I did find myself towards the end of this movie being like, it's kind of a good time.
Of course.
I kind of had a little bit of
course.
fun with this
Yeah.
movie. Is it good? No, it's not. It is the worst quality movie I've seen this
On
whole
any
holiday-
network.
On any network, it's the worst I've
Wow.
seen. But I did enjoy myself, especially towards the end. Once I got over it, got over what was happening, stopped being offended. Some of the cuts make no sense. This movie is just wild. It may have been edited by AI. I don't know. But it is. It does seem like a movie that was made. Like, hey, I've heard about these movies before.
Yeah.
Let me try my hand at it. And they never actually watched one. It was not good. I had a great time, but I will have to put a cork in it.
Yes, I think you're right. Did I hate that License to Wed knockoff movie more than this? Yes.
Yeah, but higher quality.
Right. So, but this was like way worse quality than that. So it didn't make me angry. It just was like not good in any shape or form. But yeah, probably one of the worst I've seen this year. I was so sad. I'm like, oh, we're covering this movie. Oh no. What are we going to do? What are we going to talk about? It could be summed up in like one sentence, like the whole movie. So yeah, I wish better things for Miss Vivica and Jackie Harry, but this is the hand that they were dealt this year.
Wow.
That's right.
So it was as bad as it sounded.
That's
Man.
right. That's right.
Sheesh.
Well, we did it. We will be back next week with the Holiday Junkie, a big one. Over on the
Jennifer Love Hewitt is
Oh, yeah.
playing a
probably,
junkie
probably
on the
the
street.
biggest movie of the year, right? As far as like,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I
this
guess
is
the
the Taylor Swift
Taylor
one.
Swift movie
Yeah.
did get a good bit of publicity, but I don't think they were like fully anticipating that. I don't know.
No, this was what they planned to be the thing.
Yeah. So we'll be covering that, and then you will be joining us for one more episode after Christmas because we have the movies to do so. So that's going to be fun as well. So it's not the end of the road for Patrick. We got more to get to. And of course, lifetimeoncork.com. You can go there anytime to see the reviews on stuff like Bluegrass Christmas on Up. We're not getting to that anytime
Patrick
soon.
did. Nope,
Patrick
we're not.
did. And so you can check that out.
Right.
Patrick, anything else for the people?
Oh, I got a Christmas card from Ryan.
Oh, look
that's
at that.
nice.
Wow.
That's right. Philo.tv/DTH. You can see it.
That's right.
Yeah, so that made me happy today.
There you go.
There
It's the little
you
things.
go. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Until then, maybe the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
Deck the Hallmarks of Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.